Welcome to the first and only Fun Astrology podcast for this week. No, you haven't missed anything. I've missed the whole week. I was sick as a dog. Those of you in our Facebook group know the whole story. I talked about it yesterday in a little video. There's a lot to the story. So if you're in our Facebook group, the Subconscious Mind Mastery and Fun Astrology podcast listeners, then you know the explanation. But it's good to be back, and I thought what we would do is just touch base in here because we do have Mercury Retrograde, as all of you probably know. It's been all over everywhere yesterday. We have Venus moving into Aquarius on Monday. I'm going out Monday to watch a rocket launch, hopefully in Florida with my brother, so I'm on the road for a while. I don't know how long, but it's going to be a while. We'll get the wheels back on the bus next week, but you guys already know about Mercury Retrograde, so let's help this person with a great new to astrology question. I love these probably the most.
Thomas, thank you so much for Fun Astrology. My name is Catherine in Ohio, and I have a question about our natal chart. So I know that my natal chart is how the sky looked at the moment I was born. Does that compare to the daily chart? That is something that's always confused me, and I'm hoping that you can clarify that for me. I'm more of a novice, and I'm thinking others might have the same question. Thank you in advance for your answer, and I will be signing up for your Astrology Fun 101 course, hoping that can help strengthen my foundation of astrology. Thanks for all you do for us.
You guys realize that there are going to be a lot of new people coming into astrology over the next 20 years. So this is just fantastic. Catherine, thank you for this question. What I'd like to do is ask those of you who are studying and learning astrology, how would you answer that? So formulate the answer in your mind, and then let's see what we can come up with to give her some clarity on this. So one of the things about astrology is that it always represents a point of origin. So there really is no application of planetary energy to something on Earth without that moment when the thing that we're looking at began. So that can be your life, obviously. That's the moment of your birth. I think it's the time that you took your first breath of air. I think if it were a marriage. Now, marriages get interesting because is it the time you sign the license? Is it the time that the minister says, I now pronounce you husband and wife? When would that time be? You know, astrology, and here's why this is interesting, because astrology accepts a company's natal chart as the opening of the New York Stock Exchange on the day that they are listed publicly. Now, obviously, that's a public corporation. What about a private corporation? What about a company that you began? Well, I think that would be the time that you sign the Articles of Incorporation. And you could say, well, isn't that true for the public company as well? Well, I would think it would be. And then if you apply that to the marriage situation, it probably would be the time you sign the official document that makes it. I mean, can you be married without the preacher saying, I now pronounce you husband and wife? I think, yes, according to the state, you would be. I'm getting way off track here, but you get the point. I mean, we have to find the correct birth time. So you have to know the accurate time. And when mom says it was about 10 o'clock in the morning, well, that's not good enough. If 4 minutes makes a difference, 4 minutes. The last thing you want to be doing is reading some bad chart information and basing your life on it. Or worse yet, you look at it and you say, you know, this isn't adding up. This isn't me. So that's the first thing, is you have to have the right birth information. The second thing is what we talk about on here is what's going on in the sky right now. That's called the transits. Those are two separate charts, obviously, two separate analysis points, two separate energies, but we're combining them. So the way that we combine things is, I like to use the analogy now of PowerPoints. So if you take a photograph and you put it in PowerPoint, that photograph is the base layer, and that's what we're affecting. That's your natal chart. You can add layers, and you can color the picture black and white. Add another layer, you can put some text on it. Add another layer and you could make it look grainy, film grain or something. You get the idea. Well, that's exactly what we're doing when we look at different things, is we're just adding different layers to put a different lens on that original picture. And typically those layers in astrology would be the daily transits, and then it would be the secondary progressed chart, and then it would be the solar arc chart. Then from there, you can put other charts together. For example, 2 people's charts. You can put 3 charts together. You can put 4 charts together. So you can get it as complicated as you want, as the software will go. Most go to 4. But those are each individual layers. People who study the progressions, the solar arcs and the secondary progressions, might put your natal chart and then the progressed chart and then the transit chart on top of that. You say, wow, that's a lot to look at. Yes, it is. But you train your eye over time, and then you can start to see the various aspects as they are embedded in the chart that the software can't even pick out because it doesn't have any room to. And the cool part about it is, she mentioned taking the 101 course. Once you learn those basics, you apply those basics to each one of those charts. So it's not like there's some magic that you have to use to interpret this one and that one. It's the same interpretations applied to different viewpoints. So it really is, once you learn to speak the language that first time, then you've got it, and then you can apply it out there to other studies. So thank you, Catherine. You made my day with your question, and I just love that you're new to this, and I wish you all the best, and will certainly help support you. We do have a Discord channel that Kristen Lawhead runs, and be sure to let her know that when you do get in the course that you're in, and she'll put you in the course group on Discord, and there's a lot of additional support over there. So we will definitely do all we can to help get you fluent in this language so that you can learn to study this magnificent thing for yourself and learn so much about your own life and your own path. All right, you guys, thank you so much for listening, and we will see you on Monday. Hope you have a great weekend. Happy New Year to everybody, and we will see you back next week, hopefully for a full week of episodes. Sending you love. Happy New Year.